Hey YouTube, it's Mikito here again. Today I'm going to go over a ni rensai Fuseki. This video, it takes a lot of work, and so there's probably going to be some mistakes. But we'll see how it goes. Another thing too is, I learned this Fuseki from Baduk TV, so shout out to them. If you are 10Q and up, I would advise looking into Baduk TV. It teaches you so much. I learned a lot. From, I would say, 6Q to where I'm at now is 2Q. I owe a lot to Baduk TV. So let's give some back to the community and teach some Fuseki. The ni rensai means 2 stars, so by playing on the 2-star points, this is the ni rensai, whereas this would be like the san rensai, right? So we're gonna have black approach here. White has 2 or many options, really. I mean, it can pincer and everything like that, but the usual and the most defensive is either the open door or the closed door. If you have white stones close by, the open door is a good idea because it's a really good extension. If you don't, I tend to like the closed door because it's very solid. It kind of, these stones are very safe and they're going to make some points, and because they're safe, they're allowed to attack. So black will pull back. This is called a wing. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but it kind of looks like a bat wing. And it is very good for black to make a double wing. So let's say if white plays here, this would be considered a double wing. When you place a stone on the 4 point, the star point, you are projecting influence left and right. And so you want to you're allowed to make territory on one of these sides, or maybe even both if you get a double wing. So because the double wing is so good for the 4/4 stone, white wants to prevent black from making that double wing. You can split in the middle. Usually the better way to go about breaking a double wing, though, is to play this approach, the knight's low approach. Because of the A stone at K4, black can make a lot of points in this area, and so to induce that, black will pincer here, and this will lead to a bunch of variations. Let's say, for instance, if white played this, black can come out making some points. If white caps on black, black can come out and make some more points, and so on. So white would be out in the center and safe, but black made points on both sides. This is really good. If we did a classic Joseki, I believe it goes like this. I know that's the end result. I'm not sure if I got the order perfectly, but white comes out with a wall, and black still made territory on both sides, which locally is still good for black. And because black has a stone here, high, it's going to be hard for white to make like a lot of points in the center. Black has influence outside, is what I'm trying to say. So, all in all, this move doesn't seem right. It's not the right timing. So, white usually jumps in the corner. Now black has 2 ways to block. He can block at A and he can block at B. If he blocks at A, though, he only has 1, 2, 3, of an extension. A third, black stone 3 lines away extension. So, I mean, that's okay. It'll still come out like decent. Text here. This is all normal Joseki. Maybe some end it like this. Black does have a wall facing his black friend, and this one too, but it just feels cramped, and white made a really, really good corner. So And if this way gives you 3 lines of an extension, this way gives you 5 lines of extension, making this side the much more better to protect. And I usually remember this when I was studying the rensai, that if you have a stone at K4, then you want to build a wall here to face it. White plays up. This is essential. I don't know if you ever heard of the tiger mouth. I might do a video on shapes. But if you can break the tiger's mouth, it's ideal. So let's say if black played here. This is what's called the tiger's mouth. You can see that makes this like C shape, and if you play here, the tiger eats. So this is a really good shape for white. He gets to play another tiger's mouth. Black has to come back, and now black only made these points and is cramped, and white's now out in the center. So this is really, really good. Plus he has the corner, so it's really good for white. So that's why you would break the tiger's mouth. Now white has a bunch of options. The very normal one is C here, which I'll go over. And B usually is a trick move. And A is a Fuseki for the rensai. I personally like C, it's just very simple and easy. We'll go over A and C on this video. So black sees a weakness, so he pokes through. And now white leaves himself 2 cutting points. At this point, having 2 cutting points usually gives black a chance to get some compensation. If black plays this one, I mean this is bad for white, I think, because these stones are now attackable. This isn't exactly alive yet, and I just feel like black can make territory on both sides. So white would usually chomp on this one. Black would come back, white takes, and then black gets the corner. The problem with this though is that black made the corner, but white's out now with an I shape. So he can play here, and let's say you wanted to keep your points that you earned, right? So you'd play something like this, I think. Let's just do this one. Now white has this wall, he's out in the center, and now he can attack black. I don't know, I'm not the best at like fighting when it comes to these attacks, so I don't know which one the best one is. I'll just do this for now. Anyway, so as you can see, this is good for white in a sense, because this is supposed to be black stuff. If you play on this side and white plays here, black can still take the corner, but once again white has the outside. The difference is though is he didn't capture a black stone, and he doesn't have that I shape that he had. So now he's a lot weaker, and you can do a lot more different things. Even if it was something as simple as this. White can obviously get out. It's not like you'll kill white, but you'll make black points on both sides, which is just really good. That's how you should be attacking, right? And if white takes this stone, you can do this variation, the same thing that it ended up last time. Or if you wanted to make it less complicated, or more, how should I put it? So this would be a running fight. Like white gets to run out here, and then it would be a running fight, which is still good for black. But if you didn't want to do a running fight, you could play this move. And this move essentially does what you were planning to do with K4. It's trying to build this as territory and, you know, stop white from getting out into the center. This would just kill white. So white has to make the ugly shape of the empty triangle. And even then this isn't that great, because now you just run into that same problem, but because black has a stone here, it's even better. So white would actually take, black Ataris, white takes this, and black fixes. So now this is really, really good in my opinion for black. Black does have a lot of strength here, potential to make points, and he has a lot of influence here and to the center, where white has a very solid corner at the moment. There is invasion points here, but I haven't studied those enough to want to teach them yet. So we'll go back. So that's all if you do A. Let's just go with C for now. So, if it's at this point, this is a very normal Joseki. Black does this double knight's move, and it blocks off white from the center, right? So, now, black has this potential. White has a corner, maybe possibly another corner, and possibly here. Let's say if white played this. This move is key and essential. Black now has a lot of strength in this area, and you can see the two walls of 1 and 2 building territory, making a box. So this move is very essential for black for making territory. If black is only one move away from sealing his territory or strengthening it a lot, it's usually the time to invade, especially if you have strength here, which you do, and strength here. So, when white plays this, black has multiple options. He can play on top, the knight's move, this diagonal, the iron pillar, making these points, and the attachment here. If you know all these, you could confidently play this Fuseki, and you would generally be in a good shape in the opening. You'd be playing like a pro, as they say. So I'm going to teach you this one for now, for this video. White pokes at the shape, black connects, and then white makes some more space for eyes. This is one of the key moves for black. And then white has some option. Well, white plays here. So now black has two options. If black plays here, white can now do this. Black continues to stick with his plan of keeping strength on the outside, and then white takes all these points. This is a lot of points for white. I would not recommend playing this way, which I have done in games before because I haven't mastered the Fuseki yet. This is the key move for black. White does get this now, and he'll play this for life. So now white is guaranteed life. But black still has a plan. Black can play this in Sente, because if white responded somewhere else, black plays this and it kills these 3 stones. So white wants to do something. If white plays here, black gets another free Atari, and he can play here. And the reason is because if white plays here, instead of black protecting here, and white plays here, now white can, or black can fight a ko. So this isn't as good for white. If black can fight a ko, then it's not good. So this is the correct move. If black plays here, you just thwart him, and it's in Sente, because if he doesn't protect here, white gets to kill these, so black will come back, and then white comes out here. So white has at least 1 eye. He could probably make 2 eyes easily, and he can still run out. If black blocks this way to keep white in, or this way, white can now play here, and this is 2 eyes already. Plus he can use this for endgame. So because white can live, either playing here or here, black actually uses this time to say, okay white, you can live. I'm just going to take your corner. White will block. White can do this, but it's not advised because this wall here is not making any points. It's just facing a black wall, and it could get beat up pretty badly. So white will actually block this way to make points towards his white stone. Black will play this. This actually gives him a lot of strength once this happens, because now if white plays here, black can cut him off and white will die and he'll be okay. So at this point, if white was to take the big point here, black could now squeeze on this position. And if he squeezes on this, this is really, really, really not good for white. So white has to come back and play this. Now that this is secure, this is walled off for the most part. Black wants to finish his wall so that white can't get into the center. White now would live, as I showed you before. And now black plays here. This is the end of the first showing of this Fuseki. This is the first 39 moves. This is considered even for both white and black. And as you can see, black has a huge moyo, which means that this could be potentially black's point. And you have to think, like, no matter where white attacks, black can push him around the board while making points into this wall, this big old strength. So black has potential here, potential here, potential here, and white has solid points here, here, and potential here and here. So anyway, what more could I say about this right now? I guess that's all I'll say about it for now. This was Mikito. I was teaching rensai Fuseki, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. We'll be touching this again and again. So for now, have a good one. Take it easy.